Hello, Soo Inn here, and I'm really looking forward to teaching the AOIC course on spiritual friendship. In John chapter 15, verse 15, Jesus makes a startling statement. Talking to his disciples, he says, "I have called you friends." And addressing his first disciples, by extension, of course, he addresses all of us who are his disciples. And Jesus tells us, "I have called you friends." We are so familiar with this passage that it doesn't really shock us. But no one in the Old Testament would have understood themselves to be called personal friends of God. Maybe Abraham or Moses, but the regular guy among God's people in that time would never have imagined that God would call them friends. But here we have Jesus in his farewell discourse. John 15 is one of those places where he talks to his disciples just before he gets captured and goes on to the cross, something we just celebrated recently. So in his farewell discourse, he gives his disciples the gift of his friendship. Of course, we cannot call Jesus friend, but Jesus can, and he does call us his friends. And then he says they are to love each other the way that he has loved them. That means we too are to love each other as friends. But what does that mean? Well, Jesus does give a clue. He says a true friend is one who is willing to lay down his life for his friends. So Christian friendship is sacrificial love. This goes together. We live in a very lonely world today, and the church often is not much better. I think now more than ever, we need to understand what Jesus meant when he calls us friends and he wants us to love each other as friends. So in this course on spiritual friendship, we first ask, what does it mean to be friends in Christ, spiritual friends? Number two, we will ask, why is it so important that we follow Christ in the company of friends? Number three, we will see how walking together is a form of peer discipling, that we are to build each other up, and it is in the context of loving friendships that we build each other up. We will also see that in this lonely world, reaching out in friendship is also a key way to reach out to those we are trying to win for Christ. So there are so many reasons why we really need to understand what is spiritual friendship. So I look forward to seeing you in this class, and I hope that it'll be something that encourages you and strengthens you and give you fresh relational wisdom for following Christ today. See you there.